Hello dear students and welcome back. Salam shogirdon aziz wa dobara khosh amadeen. In this video I'm gonna talk about another type of questions based on the reading scale under the title of add text questions. در این مورد تصویری بحث خود روی یکی از سوالات دیگری مبتنی بر مهارت خوانش زیر عنوان پرسش های اضافه کردن متن یا اضافه سازی متن. When there is add text questions, remember the 4 black squares. هر جایی که از این سوال نام برده شد متوجه باشین یک باکس مستطیل یا مربع ببخشید مربع شکل 4 دانه باکسک های سیاه داده می شود. This is the best indicators in order to tell you that it is add text questions. First of all, the definition. An add text questions referred to as an insert text questions in AT's preparation materials ask you to determine where a given sentence will be fit in a passage. یک جمله براتون داده می باشد و 4 باکسک سیاه داده میشه باشد. بر شما میگه که در کجا بگذاشته شود. 1A 2B 3C and 4D. You will have a choice of 4 places to insert the sentence in passage. 4 گزینه براتون 4 جای براتون گزینه داده می شود. The spots, these are called spots. این چهارخانگه که بکس که چهارخانگه که چیز مربع سیاه شکل را که شما میبینین به این میگن spots. In the passageway you can insert the sentence will be marked with black squares like this. Expect to see no more than 1 add text questions per reading passage. How is the frequency of the question? نوعیت سوال و تعداد سوال چند است؟ یک سوال در هر متن. Add text question may be worded as follow. Look at the 4 squares in paragraph 1 that indicate where the following sentence could be added to the passage. What are the indicators? دلالت کننده هایی که ما را کمک میکنه that hello I'm a add text questions. Number 1, 4 square, the phrase 4 square, and also the spot black square, and indicate the following sentence. For example, as a result, scientists disagree about the origins of mammals, oceanic mammals. Where would the sentence best for? این جمله بر شما داده شده است شما مندازین. In order, I'm gonna tell you very short. In order to insert a sentence in the right place, you have to know 3 things. 1. The transitions used, واژه هایی که استفاده شده. As a result, منظورش است که در نتیجه it shows a result may show, right? Or it refers to effect. راجع می شود به چی؟ به effect. در همون قسمتی که می خوانیم. Number 1, transition. Number 2, read a sentence before and read a sentence after in order to establish connection between them. And try to underline the key words in the targeted sentence, featured sentence, and also the sentences around them. Sages. Quick definition. Add text question. Definition. An add text questions present you with a sentence. You must determine where in the passage sentence best fit. این جمله را در کجای از متن بگذاریم که معنی افاده کند. The possible places where the sentence can be inserted will be marked with a black square. To place the sentence, click on the appropriate black square in the passage. The sentence will appear in the place of the black square. In the actual TOEFL IBT در امتحان اصلی TOEFL, if you click بالای هر باکس که کلیک کنی همونجا اضافه می شود. To place the sentence, click on the appropriate black squares in the passage. The sentence will appear in the place of the black square. The black squares will typically appear in the same paragraph. یا در یک پاراگراف باشه. However, they will not use appears in consecutive. It's not consecutive. Consecutive sentences. بعضی اوقات امکان دارد که در یک پاراگراف مثلا در یک جمله پیاپی نباشد. Targeted skills. In order to correct answer and add text questions, you must be able. Number 1, remember these strategies. Understand the content and meaning of the given sentence. First of all, try to decode and analyze the sentence. جمله که بر شما داده شده که در متن اضافه کنین او را اول تحلیل میکنین، رمزگشاییش میکنین، بعد چند divide them in many pieces of information. 2. Identify the main idea of the paragraphs where the inserted sentence will appear. Scan each paragraph, read the first sentence or the second sentence of the paragraph. 3. Recognize context clues like grammatical agreement. One of the context clues is infer, alright? That will help you to decide where the sentence best fit. fits best. Context clues برای شما گفته بودم idea. I stands for I stands for inferences, D for definition, E for example, A for antonyms, and S for synonyms. Identify transition words as I told you, and you know what they mean in the context of the passage. Transition هایی که استفاده شده. Which kind of transition is this? How could you establish connection between the sentences through using these transitions, and what are the functions, what are the types of the transitions? The correct answer. How do you know the correct answer? The correct answer for an add text questions will make sense in the context of the paragraph. معنای ifade میکند the ideas will flow logically between the sentence that precede and follow the given sentence. جای شما جمله را مندازین که هم جمله قبلی ارتباط داشته باشه به او و هم جمله که بعدش می آید. اگر there is no connection, if there is no connection, so you means you interrupt the flow of the ideas. متوجه باشی که ریخت مفکوره ها را بر هم میزنی و این ریخت as idea ها or flow of the logical flow of the ideas is based on the logical division. مربوط می شود یک جزء کوچکی از تقسیمات منطقی از ایده هاست. او را متوجه باشین. And wrong answer options. For understanding wrong answer options here we have got two strategies. دو راهبرد داریم به خاطر از اینکه سوالات غلط بفهمیم. Don't argue with the grammatical forms. یا با grammatical forms مثلا it's in simple present tense. It's not matching in the parallel structure. یک ساختار موازی یک چیزی را میگیم. ساختار موازی که باید از they should match as a grammatical or syntactical به حیث گرامر یا نحو باید از اینا بین خود یک شباهت یا ارتباط داشته باشد that come before and after the given sentences. یعنی ارتباط گرامری نداره. Don't follow the logical progression of the ideas in the paragraph. اگر این گزینه جوابات بندازیم، گزینه جوابات غلط اگر بندازیم ریخت مفکوره ها را بر هم میزند، به اون خاطر it's wrong. Walk through یادگیری قدم به قدم. Add text questions. Activity A. Quickly. This is an adverb. Quickly read the simple add text questions below. Read the question here. Underline the key words that help you understand the given sentence. Alright? So divide them in many pieces. Activity B. Now you should read the short passage about environmental science. در رابطه با علوم محیطی شما صحبت میکنه. میخوانین یک متن. While you read, note the full places where the sentence from part A can go. 4 جایی که براتون داده شده هر 4 جایش میخوانین. When you're done reading, mark the correct answer for the question above. Note the lowercase letters next to black squares do not appear on the actual TOEFL IBT. منظورش اینجا که حالا نوشته شده است A, B, C, D. The TOEFL IBT یاد داده نمیشه برای شما. Now read my theirs and try to do activity A and activity B. Tips for answering correctly. Tip number 1. Review the given sentence and paragraphs in which black squares appear. اونم سوالی که برای شما داده شده سوال و سوالا میخوانین. When you read the sentence that you are supposed to insert in the passage, make sure you understand it completely. Also, while you read the paragraph in the question, pay attention to the main idea in that paragraph and how the author builds the argument. How the author builds the argument through using transitions and logical division. Also be sure to think about how the given sentence may be fit into the paragraph. When you place it or plug it, read a sentence before, read a sentence after or the following sentence in order to establish a connection between them. Tip 2. Pay attention to any transition words and know what they mean. Which kind of transition is this? It's transition for pros and cons, it's transition for contrast, for similarity, for more clarification, adding more information, sequencing, and etc. Transition words are expressions that the writers use to make their writing clear and easy to understand. By learning and recognizing transitions با مختن و شناسایی این واژه های رمزی, you will be able to determine the logic of the paragraph, making it easier for you to identify areas where there is a shift and flow. Shift and flow or lack of logical progression. Shift and flow, it means that you jump from a part of idea back, flashback or flash forward. If you don't know flashback or flash forward, please Google it. See the table below for example of transition language. بعضی از ادبیات ترانزیشن در اینجا برای شما ایزان آوردیم. فانکشن عملکردشان چی است؟ ترانزیشن language چطور بفهمیم؟ and examples ومثالاش. Indicating sequences. اینهایی را که میبینین چی نشان میده؟ تسلسل نشان میده. In the event or occurrence یک چیزی که اتفاق بیفته. First, second, third, eventually بالآخر since, then, until, prior to اولتر از همه. First, the volcano erupts emptying the chamber beneath it. Eventually the land around the empty chamber collapses. So first and eventually. Continuing in the same link of the thing, it means we use this transition language to talk that the same information may follow. Again, additionally, furthermore, and equally likewise. Fleas have extremely long legs relatively to their body size. نسبت به دیگه قسمت عندهم شان. Likewise, grasshoppers also have very long legs. Shift in focus. Shift in focus, it means you continue in the same line. یک چیز نشته میکنی در امتداد از او نشته کنی. Use this transition. Although گرچه despite اگرچه okay با وجود این که regardless على الرغم من state even so however the Atacama Desert is one of the driest places on earth. Even so it's home to several communities. با وجود این همه مشکلاتی که خشکترین صحرا در روی زمین است خانه چندین اجتماعات در هم گرفته است. Indicating cause and effect. اینایی که استفاده شد متوجه باشین که زنجیره علت و معلول نشان میده. For cause, when, as long as, and all that, because, and due to. Effect, for this reason, as a result, thus, accordingly, consequently. Due to the speed of water, the rock becomes eroded quickly. Consequently, the channel becomes deep over a short amount of time. These are not sufficient translation, my dear. If you want to learn more about translation, I'm going to give you a reference. برای شما یک reference میتم. Go and buy, please. Longman Serious Academic Writing Book 3. کتاب سیومش میخرید. Tip 3. Trying inserting the sentence in all of available spots. 4 نقطه که داده همین جمله رو در 4ش بندازین. Remember باید داشته باشین you're allowed to change the answer as many times as you want. هر وقتی که بخوای هر قدر بخوای میتونی تغییر بدی. It's not a lock system. System lock نیست. So feel free to try all the spots. When you do this, read the paragraph and pay attention to how the information flows depending on where you place the sentence. Does it fit with the sentence that come before and after? The correct answer will have the most logical flow. Alright, listen, read the task. Here we have got 3 tasks. Take picture from your notes and send them back to the group. Wishing you all the best, my there. This was a little information about this type of questions. If any questions springs in your mind, so please do not hesitate to share with me. Have a nice time. Bye bye.